And we're live. Properly festive.
Very festive. I look like a Russian dock worker. All right. Hi, everybody. Happy holidays. Are we ready for a romper room?
Yeah, let's do it.
The color looks a little bit off. Like this looks straight yellow.
It does look a little yellow.
Yeah. How's my skin tone? My homery?
Not quite.
Okay. Hello, everybody. All right, if you can hear me, say avocado. Just type avocado in there. All right. Hello, Chase Perry, Jennifer Pew Pew Pew, Ike Camacho, John Sheffield, Hugo Cordialete, Mario Krampus,
It ran away.
Warmonger, Crips. Hello, Crips. John C. Cobwebs and Candlesticks.
Keep weebs.
And did I miss anybody under the first Cobweb and Candlesticks?
Nope.
Okay. It was John C. again. Buster Mac.
Do we pew pew pew?
The King. Good to see you on. It's been a while. And Chris Cadaver. Chris Cadaver? Cadaver. Abracadaver. Big Dog Masks. Marie B.
Did we pew pew pew?
What?
Did we
we already did pew pew pew.
Okay.
I did that, like, she was number 2, I think. And then Edson Glutes. And Haunted Swamp Adventure. That's a YouTube name with a story right there. Ostradamus Toys.
We know that.
Hello, Oz. And Mike Manning. Hello, everybody. So this is the last live that we're doing before. See, I've been watching Oz live for quite a bit because he's on. Oz is on a lot.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
But all right, so we'll go here. I'm going to add LEDs to this Krampus first, and then I will paint him. So
Diaz Girls JD says hello, y'all.
first step is always
Hi.
before you wire everything up all pretty, just test your LEDs, kids.
For whatever it's worth, I did test them before I brought them over. But
You did?
I did, because that's the first thing you do. I didn't want to have to walk back down there.
Yes. I'm trusting yet verifying.
Indeed.
Yeah, so this is quiet night. It's just me and Stacy. We've been left to our own devices.
Hi. And we got our picture-in-picture back. I have fixed the stream deck, so now we can do all of our fun things like the Beast. Oh no, shoot! It's under the camera. Dang, hang on. I fix.
Thought I was frozen, but no, I was just still.
You were just still.
I just gamed myself.
You did.
All right, so what I was saying before Stacy got carried away.
I know.
What happened was, this is a 9-volt battery attachment point. I like those for LEDs because you can fiddle them. But get them with little buttons on them for on and off. They come with little buttons, and I can just pop this out of the mask, so there's an external on-off button. It's very nice.
Okay, we'll try again. Beastman!
There we
Yay!
go. Beastman is a big part of everything that I do.
It's true. Ostradamus Toy says, I may not appear everywhere in ToyTube. I am omnipotent.
Oz gets around.
Jennifer Pugh says, I got your cards today. Thank you. They're on my fridge.
Hooray! Awesome.
Yay.
Yeah, a lot of creepers were getting their cards today. So
Ostradamus Toy says that they have medication to help with that, though.
They have Patreon cards have gone out, as well as Creepers cards.
That's right.
I'm wandering around looking for a hot glue gun, which is probably put away where hot glue guns go.
This is their way. We also have another fun button while I was fixing the stream deck tonight, because Alan doesn't like to be festive. So here we go.
Festive makes. Why would you force someone to be festive?
I didn't force you to be festive. I forced an image of you to be festive.
I feel forced.
Mario says, yeah! Edson Glute says, and Merry Christmas, gang. The King says, question for Alan. I'm sure he's heard this before, but how did he come up with his name? Stilt Beast Studio. How did that come about?
Okay, so I used to have the, let's say Gmail, but no. I had the AOL email address wolfman@aol.com.
Wow.
I had wolfman@aol.com. I also had a wolfman@aol.com. And hold on, I can probably narrow down the year. 98, 99, 1999 probably. 99, let's say 99. I sold it. And I sold it for, at the time it was a lot of money. It was $2,000. For me, at that time in my life, that was a lot of money. So anyway, I had to come up with a new email, and what I was doing a lot of was I was doing stilt work as a monster for different haunted houses and theme parks and stuff. So I was a Stilt Beast. So I came up with Stilt Beast Studios as I was making things for haunted houses and such.
Sean Fenner says, haven't got my cards yet, sad face. Well, I definitely sent them out. Jennifer Pierce says, LMAO, what's that button called? The button is called Krampus. Krampus. As it says, Uncle Owen, or at least the poster should have made the cut, just saying. Listen, you gotta bring any of the card design up with Shannon, because the wife wrangled.
You set one skeleton on fire, the internet never
live it down. That was that was this year, wasn't it? 2024.
I have no idea.
I think so. The Kings is awesome. Good one, Stacy.
In my brain, like time all runs together.
For sure, it's
I'm no good at time.
Non-linear. As this could have been the ladies' night drop. Hugo says peace. Ed says I had Edson at AOL.
Nice.
I had Girl on the Internet for a while.
Yeah, see that's now it'd be Girl on the Internet, MCF55
Right,
15
right. Yeah.
22 Delta Gamma radiation fudge.
The King says, great story. I'm proud that you stuck with it. And look at you now. It's a huge hit.
Stacy, how long have you worked with Stilt Beast?
Since 2017.
And is that Dark Hour the same?
Yes.
How did you con me into working Stilt Beast over Dark Hour, or both?
So I started working at Dark Hour in the spring of 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent my resume in via the website, and I got a call back in less than 15 minutes.
From who?
From Shannon Tillery.
Okay.
I think it was Shannon Tillery.
Gotcha.
And I came up and interviewed, and it was right before the reversed Spring Fever, where we came in through the exit lobby.
Got it.
Phil gave me the tour, hired me on the spot, and I didn't miss a show from that point for some time. Cross-trained on
And then this whole October, you just didn't show up.
Yeah.
She was doing the Monster
What a
Museum.
jerk. And so then by like November or so, you were starting to work on Krampus roads, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, hey, if you need a hand on a sewing machine or something,
This guy's soft.
let me know. Like that is a thing I can do. And you said, yeah, that'd be great. Come out to a shop night.
Turns out you're doing the thing.
Yeah, and came out to the shop, and you threw a pattern at me and said, make this. And I said, okay. So I started cutting it out, and like 45 minutes later, you were like, it dawns on me that I've given you no instruction for this. Tell me what you are doing. And so I said, well, this is what I'm doing. And he said, how are you going to put that together? And I told you how I was going to put it together. And he said, oh, you do know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
said,
you have
yeah.
to check.
Yeah, for sure.
It is a valuable skill set to pretend like you know what you're doing.
Yes,
I will fully admit that.
absolutely.
It's an even bigger skill set to know,
Know what you're doing. Yeah. Yeah, that was nice. What are you looking for?
A loop tool so I can pull wires.
Gotcha. So yeah, that was the end of 2017, and then
What year is it now?
it is 2024,
Great.
and I said we started making stuff to take to Transworld. Thank you for not traffic on that. And I said, if I make all the costumes that you take to Transworld, do I get to go to Transworld? And you said, do you want to go to Transworld? And I said, yes, very much. That would be great. and you said, okay, I'll see if I can figure something out. And that was 2018, and you were already full up for the booth for the year, but I went and worked with Robert and Eden.
That's right.
And held down their booth. As it says, Alan, my dear buddy, you'd be lost without your Stacy and the rooster.
I would certainly be doing different things.
It would be different. The king says, Alan's cooking the soup, just spill the beans. Jennifer Pugh says, Stacy, I bet your resume looks a lot different than mine. I work in IT. Yeah, a little bit different. And these days it looks very different than it did then. Thomas K says, hello and happy holidays. Ike Camacho says, tequila shop for Stacy's resume. Yes, absolutely. Edson says, my wife says, hi, Stacy. Hi. Jennifer Pugh says, how was the Friday the 13th show? Big turnout?
It was actually good. It was a pretty good turnout. I was not upset with our turnout. I was happy. It was a rainy night, so we could have done better, but
It stayed pretty consistent.
yeah, I was not unhappy with what we did.
Now, did we do time ticketing for this one as well?
Yep.
Nice.
We will do time ticketing from here on out.
Good.
It just helps keep things be even throughout the evening.
Yeah.
Time ticketing is when people pick a time slot and show up, or they buy one that's not sold out. And normally, like the 8 o'clock time slot is always the first one to sell out.
Edson says, smash that like button like it owes you a gift from the big guy. Creative Doof says, darkness time from Legend. At least he isn't dealing with a little boy. This is giving Tim Curry and Legend vibes a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not quite out as far.
I just bought a Gargoyles action figure to turn into Darkness.
Really? That's fun.
Yeah, there's a Gargoyles line that was on sale for Black Friday.
Nice.
And the body is good.
Goliath?
I already made hoof feet for something else. So Goliath. I'll switch those out. And I'm just going to leave them with the wings because what doesn't look cooler with the cool bat wing?
True facts. Creative Doof says, which big guy? Yeah, Goliath. Yeah, I was really into Gargoyles.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Action figures often come with accessories.
Yeah.
Why did Goliath come with a jalapeno pepper? Like, there's an old book.
Yeah.
There's a couple different things.
And a jalapeno
and
pepper.
A jalapeno pepper.
Maybe it's because...
Can you explain while I answer this real quick?
Sure.
Hello?
Possibly it's because
Yes.
his, like the cop that his like love interest and companion in the show is Hispanic. Maybe. Now I can't remember what her name is. The King. Thank you. Listen, you get a Beastman fist bump for that. Just because he's not here and it's super festive. No, please.
No problem, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, why
I-
jalapeno?
I think it is possible. And the only reason I could conceivably think of is that because his love interest in the show is Hispanic.
Yeah, up until his ex showed up, right?
Who is a gargoyle and not a human.
Right. I mean, I'm sure there are Hispanic gargoyles.
For sure.
Like, there's gargoyles in Spain, so they're probably,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Maxonville Manor says hello everyone. And the King super chat is $2.
The King!
The King says if everyone gave $2, it came a long way.
Who was it who would just super chat us for no reason? Psycho Axeman.
yeah, Psycho
That's who
Axeman.
it was.
I'm trying to think what her name
I think
is.
he ordered a werewolf. She was a cop, wasn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah, she was a detective. I watched, it was on at a good time for me to watch, so I watched quite a bit of the show. I think I need extenders for these. I do need an extender because this is right here, and I've got to get both of
I
these
can
up
do that.
this way.
Like Eliza and Lisa or something.
Yeah, that sounds about right. While I'm waiting on that, I can sponge paint the face. Stacy has walked off with a different
Sorry, I'm
camera.
Here.
Yeah, put the monster on the screen.
Okay. Got excited. I was like, I know where that is. Hang on. Tripod cam. There you go. Elisa, there you go. Creative Doof says, because a jar of jalapenos made an appearance in an episode, Elisa and Broadway liked them, but the heat overwhelmed Goliath. Elisa was part African, part Native American. There you go.
God.
Sean Feder says, any update on a creeper meetup at Transworld? Yes. We want to do that?
Sure.
Okay, so we're going to shoot to have it Friday, same as we usually do, because that is the night that has the least amount of conflicts for it. And I haven't heard back from them yet, but we have an email into the hotel.
Okay.
So that's the Marriott Grand. And basically we're going to shoot to do the same thing we did last year, and have it around 7 o'clock.
That is in St. Louis at the
St.
Transworld
Louis.
Trade Show. Because a lot of people go there, we have a meetup. And there's normally like 30 to 50 of us hanging out, chatting. It is fun.
Ashton Jones says, hi everyone. Hello. Ostradamus Toy says, in one episode of Gargoyles, Goliath tried a jalapeno and screamed. Jalapeno that was later used as a curse word among the clan.
Oh, okay.
Creator says also, I think the jalapeno jar came from a mob boss that Elisa went undercover to bust him and his gang.
So it's a thing. Got it. It was very random for someone who's just on the periphery of the series.
Yeah, that hit, like, timing-wise, just right for me. Like, in both availability to, like, watch it after school and in, like, peak interest in Arthurian myth also, which really heavily ties in to all of that.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, it was a good one.
So there was a comic called Mage, where the guy had a baseball bat that was Excalibur. Was
Nice.
it called Mage?
I don't know.
But he wore a t-shirt, a black t-shirt. He looked like me back then,
Yeah,
with a ponytail and straight hair. I
nice.
think it was called Mage. That was, okay, this was later, but that had to be very early 2000s.
Ostradamus Toy says, I looked it up after we went offline Saturday, Alan. I forgot to message you about it.
You do not have to message me about it. I swear. While it is interesting to know, I do not need to know. But yeah, jalapeno. Crazy. Not the, now I've got a place for it in Snake Mountain's kitchen.
Ah.
I'll just lay it on a little counter there.
There you go, there you go.
A little bit of spicy spice for Skeletor. What if they give him super hot food because he has no tongue? I don't think he could taste it.
Yeah.
So,
Harry Mullica says, hi everyone, Stacy, I got my Christmas card and the envelope and all is beautiful. Thank you. See, people liked it.
people do like it, yes. I didn't say people didn't like it. I'm a little bah humbuggy, although I'm beginning to feel a little bit Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, I am leaning into it way harder than I usually do because my other alternative is to be
Trying to counteract.
is abysmally sad. Yeah.
Right.
So we're leaning into the festive. Oh, speaking of that, hi Mom.
Hello. You say abysmal, and she doth appear. Hello. It's crazy to me how bad my eyes have got.
Oh yeah? Where's your old man mode?
Maybe my office. I don't know. It's not important. I'm weird. How important is seeing well and wiring anyway?
Creative Doof says the 80s and 90s were peak times for cartoons. Also, anyone watch the Mutant League series? It originated from a couple of EA video games. I don't think I watched that one.
I also, there was a like congressional act or something that was repealed where children's toys couldn't have a TV show, right? There was a period of time where they're like, okay, let's repeal it and try it. And that was just the best kids TV.
Yeah.
Was it tied into toys?
Yeah.
Were they half-an-hour commercials for the toys? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter. There was some kind of a like legit act or something that.
Mom says she
And
loved her card too.
This is where me randomly guessing wire size, how did I do? Because I didn't measure anything
Pretty good.
because of who I am as a person.
Big Dog asked red and green eyes.
No, we're gonna go just red. It was Stan. Stan wired up a Krampus.
Oh yeah.
All the way done. One eye was red, one eye was blue. He was police Krampus. And then he unwired it and fixed it.
Chris Cadaver says the Mutant League games were awesome. Alex Godwin says ho ho ho, Merry Christmas.
Alex.
You should read that.
Tell me if my eyes light up.
They do.
Okay.
Jennifer Pugh says, what's hanging off your glue gun? Is that a web shooter?
Yeah, if I put air on it, it'll shoot webos. This is actually the one that I did for Stilt Beast. Stilt Beast, one of the Stilt Beast videos.
Yeah.
And we use it here all the time.
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's no one else here.
There's
right?
no one else here.
Well, you should go see what that was. Or maybe I should. It legit sounded like squirrels playing basketball in the other room.
It did. Stricken Ghoul says the law stated that children's programs had to have educational content and or morals in the stories.
Well, yeah, they had that, but there was one about them not being, toy lines or whatever. Are they lit?
No.
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 Oh wait.
Now.
Yeah, on/off button works.
Yeah. Pumpkin Skull says, oh no, it's a ghost. Well, listen, it's a ghost that can hang out over there.
It better get to work. We have a lot to do, Mr. Ghost. People will be here on the 28th.
Pick up a paintbrush, get to work.
I have high expectations.
We have a good sheet for you.
This is going to come up on your yearly review.
Listen, I really like that sheet ghost, the multi-layer one that Alex had made. Like, we're rewatching one of the Party of Darkness videos that features a bunch of that ghost footage in it, and I'm like, dang, it just has such good movement. Like not that a sheet ghost doesn't normally.
Sheet ghosts are cool.
But like all the layers in it, just looked really cool.
Goodbye, skin on my finger.
You didn't have skin on your fingers, don't lie. That's why it's the hurt glue.
Bring me the hurt glue gun.
Yeah, the building is really creepy alone at night.
I don't know. I know it used to be a sporting goods store, so I really don't.
I mean, I don't really,
any.
I don't think that there are sporting goods store ghosts.
Someone was shot here once.
Yeah, but they didn't die.
You're right, they were shot in the foot because a forklift drove over a box of 22 ammo. And that set off one of the shells, which hit something else, which ricocheted and hit someone in the foot.
That's hilarious.
But if you get hit by a ricochet, you're allowed to say you got shot.
Yeah. DS Girls JD says, hey, it's been a while since I've been on, but I just noticed that as well on your glue gun. So you made that up yourself?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel called Stilt Beast Studios, and on it are how-to videos, and you can look up cobweb gun, and it's how to build this. You put air in this side, power in this side, and then it shoots the webs. Have I shot black webs before?
No.
I have black in the gun right now.
Yeah, and you have access to an air compressor right there.
Right. So
we could make that a thing.
It is on the lowest heat setting right now. Normally I like it on a higher heat setting for that.
But listen, it's a good glue gun. We could heat it up real quick.
That's true.
Jennifer Pugh says that ghost was pretty badass. And says that was my wife's favorite sheet ghost. Alex says Boston was also the perfect person to put in that ghost for that shoot. Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty good at that. Maybe not at the camera. Good news. Some of those are still hot.
That means it's working.
Yep, thanks. Thanks for that.
I just had an idea.
Oh?
Modern witch hunter, tar and feathering. Psh, all compressed air.
That's
shoot hot tar,
hilarious.
shoot feathers. Yeah, that'd be great. In a way.
So,
That was actual torture and shouldn't be done to people, so ignore it. But
I'd like to say that yes, it does in fact shoot black web.
which would be super stretchy and super annoying. Yeah, I have a lot in my hands right here. Yeah, but it's just, you know, and you could go, I went between two cables that were 10 feet, and this very stretchy, like I'm stretching 20 feet with this. Bleh. Anyway, yeah, this works.
This is so crap. Grab Uncle Owen. Jennifer produces, woohoo, also set something on fire. DS Girls JD says, cool. Sean Fenner says, do you prefer plug-in to battery operated for your glue gun and heat gun?
Absolutely plug in. I want maximum power. Yeah, I want heat.
Edson says, we missed the whole webs.
I want them to, you know, I want my glue gun to lay down like a gallon of glue an hour, a minute.
DS Girls JD says, yeah, I watch you all on YouTube.
Nothing will annoy me more than a hobby glue gun. Which is so weird, because the hot melt glue guns are blue, and the cold melt glue guns are orange.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't that be reversed? Like the color of their plastic? Sorry about that. I did cobweb the camera a little bit.
I guess it does make a great big dusty mess on the floor.
I don't blame Mia for that.
So gross. It's strung between me and the chair and will not let go.
Oh, it's very stretchy.
Very stretchy. Cat Swift says, what a great way to wind down after an insanely crazy day. People are ordering and demanding items arrive before Christmas. Yeah,
Wow,
people
that's
don't get
terrible.
it. Like, do I look like Amazon? No.
Now, do you feel like an Amazon is a different question.
That's true. And listen, maybe the nicest thing you've ever said to me. Big Dog says, that was great. The look on Ellen's face was classic. Kid in a candy store. Edson says, oh, thanks for this link for the spray can hack. You are so welcome. Diaz Girls JD says, yeah, I've seen you used it before, but never hooked up the way you have it now to your glue gun.
Yeah, this is just as an add-on. You know, you don't have to. I can unclip those zip ties, we'll call them. I can unclip those, and then it's a regular glue gun.
And like they do sell them like that. You don't have to make it yourself if you don't feel inclined.
Really, not the big ones.
Not as quality as this. Like this is a way better
Yeah.
glue gun than you can find that are already hooked up like this. But if you're not doing it for a professional
Normally
haunted
it's
house,
like a $20 webcast, and those are not good. Well, okay, they annoy me because it takes forever the hot glue to heat up.
Edson says, wow, point to Alan. Big Dog says, is this Krampus for a client or for Dark Hour?
This was purchased, and this is one of those. Please, 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 can you get it to us by Christmas? And we're trying, but they did not order it in a timely fashion.
DS Girls JD says, looks like you can make venom with that stuff.
Yes, you can.
Edson says 5 points to Slytherin. Are you a Slytherin, Alan?
No. I have been assessed as Ravenclaw,
Oh yeah, I can see that.
but
You're committed to
I would
education.
say Ravendor.
Ravendor?
Yeah.
He is a brave guy. It is known. This- now we have to play the question of that. Is that my hair or is that cobwebs? Turns out it was both.
Okay.
I am widely assessed Hufflepuff.
I would agree with you. Yeah, you're clean and clear Hufflepuff.
Yeah. Put it on my tombstone. That is one of the things I'm going to be making for Christmas this year is my baby niece, who is like 4 now, has just watched Harry Potter for the first time and has been using all of her paintbrushes at school as wands. And so my sister has requested that she get a sparkly pink wand of some sort. And I was like, say less. I got you. That's a thing I can do. Jennifer Pugh says, I can't picture Ravenclaws wearing loincloths. And Edson says, Ravenclaw, okay, we'll let the sorting hat be the final answer. Listen, you can be deeply invested in education and loincloths. They're not mutually exclusive.
Have I appeared in a loincloth? Is this discussion about me?
I'm presumably.
I feel like it's about me, but I don't think many people here have seen me in a loincloth. I'm not saying no one.
Maybe they're going off of that bat monster picture.
Okay.
You're wearing a bodysuit under that.
That's
though,
full
right?
loincloth. Yeah, I am wearing a bodysuit.
Okay.
Because I did that in Massachusetts, and that was cold.
It says noise on the HP kiddo. Jordan Easton says, I'm 31 minutes late. Is there still plenty of time left? Yes, there's still plenty
tell
of
us
time.
about your macaroni and cheese you made today. I would love to hear it. Or about Caluso Ipso. Ipso's the last part. What's the first part of his boogeyman character?
Definitely is Ipso.
Yeah. Ipso facto. No, that's legalese.
Sean Fenner says, what are your must-haves for a workshop, primarily set and prop building? Or for primarily set and prop building. Things you must have in a workshop for set and prop building.
Sink. A nice glue gun. A couple good sets of scissors.
Tandy leather shears.
Contact cement. Yeah, like those are pretty important.
The never-ending well of 1-inch chip brushes.
Right, yeah, 1-inch chip brushes. Let's see.
Ipsocyrus.
Ipsocyrus, that's it.
Edson says, oh, we've seen you in a loincloth. It haunts me daily. Jennifer Pugh says, yeah, it was the bat costume.
Yeah.
Pumpkin Skull says, is pink board Krampus going to hold a sack or a bundle of sticks for spanking?
That'll be interchangeable. It'll be either a kid dangling by his ankle, a la Screaming Krampus, 2018, or it will be a bundle of sticks called a rutin.
Rutin.
For hitting said children.
Oh, the flappy bits. Yeet. Edson says, yay, I've got all those. And you need an imagination to make props.
No, you can just rip people off.
You shouldn't,
Like
but you
there's
could.
there's a lot of people who do that, though.
Shannon says, bat costume.
That is the costume that me and Shannon met in. She met me when I was wearing that.
Oh,
She did not know what I looked like.
calm it down, ma'am.
Yeah.
Carrie Goff says, I'm late. Good evening, everyone. I painted about 15 Krampus tree baubles this year. Better than cards, I thought. Great hat, Alan. I had some of that fabric.
Yeah.
Here you go, Shannon. This is for you.
My friend Christy Noble made this hat for me. I do love me some Universal Monsters. In order to get Universal Monsters, I will tolerate Christmas.
Cracking up, big dog. Jordan Easel says, so I just finished my good mother's leftovers. Shrimp, fries, a chicken strip, and biscuit from Popeyes. Jason Gross says, hey guys, Merry Christmas. I have a question. I make my own Halloween decorations, the last couple of years using foam heads with liquid latex and paper towels for the skin, but I want something more realistic.
Okay, this is going to sound weird, It's not the material that keeps it from looking realistic. If you work on your skills and your application techniques, you can make that material look really realistic. You could start sculpting and molding, which you would still be using latex, or you could start life casting and casting in silicone, where you can get real skin translucency with silicone. But in general, practice, and refine technique on the materials. Are you saying it's not realistic because it's lumpy, or what is what's keeping it from looking realistic?
Mario says, happy holidays to y'all. Hugs to Shannon, Alan, Stacy, and Rue. Hope to see you well and healthy in 2025.
Likewise, Mario.
Edson says, the bat costume with the loincloth, is that what you were wearing when you met Shannon?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would say, if you wanted even like just a tiny step towards more realistic, use those really nice shop towels that don't have a print on them, or the paper towels that are the lintless.
And use reference. If you're not using reference while you're working, art is only as good as the reference used to create it. So, reference. Is it possible that you have done something so much and you have it so committed to memory that you can do it without reference? Yes. I'm that way with werewolves and goblins and orcs, but I still use reference because it makes them better. It helps me dial them in. It helps me differentiate them because my brain is going to go to my median. And if I want to go past that in some aspect, then I need reference to kind of help pull me there.
Thank you, Alex. She got to see your the grimace pop up.
I see.
Yeah, I wish I could go back in time and punch my ex-husband in the face because
You could end the story there.
I mean, I could, right?
Yeah.
But like, where my art could have been, like at this time of my life, had I not carried for years the thing that he impressed in me. Because I got married, I was like 15, so still really impressionable at that point, especially in my artistic journey. Where he was like, yeah, using reference is cheating. Like, a really good artist doesn't need it. And so you shouldn't use it. And so I spent years.
Famous?
No.
Well, then, there you go.
Correct. But his mother is, and she uses reference.
Right.
And yeah, like, it killed me. Because for years and years, I felt so guilty about feeling like I needed to use reference to get even close to things looking the way I wanted them to look. And turns out he was just wrong. Really, really wrong. 1980 says, may all the holidays you celebrate be happy. Fondian says, hey, finally awake for Alive.
Hello, Fondian. It's good to see you again. It's been a while.
Welcome back. You get a Beast Man fist.
How many people are watching, Stacy?
Let me see.
I think 24.
I feel like that's probably a pretty good guess. 53.
Okay.
Hello, 53
people. I just heard talking.
Yeah, it's because I opened the thing on my phone. My mom says she'll be 5 in January and I might now have to watch Harry Potter. Yeah, Mom, it's not that scary, I promise.
Maybe don't watch the one with the Dementors.
Yeah,
stay away from
just the
Azkaban.
first one. And we'll watch it off the Plex server so we don't have to give J.K. Rowling any money.
When they're all in the bathroom, don't watch that.
Jennifer Pugh says someone mentioned shrimp and 1980 appeared. Sure enough.
Someone did mention
someone mentioned shrimp and here he is.
Put a shrimp in his mouth.
Deep cut jokes. Caroline Boland says, happy holidays, everyone.
First it was a black mess, then it was a white mess, and now it is a brown mess with some black and light brown bits. So things are progressing well.
Jason Gross says, I feel like the skin doesn't look like skin, if that makes sense. Do I use shop towels? I watch all your videos by a lot of them more than once, and I can see all the wrinkles in detail.
Okay, so were you seeing edges? And wrinkles are okay as long as you put the wrinkles where wrinkles ought to be. but it's just a matter of you getting your technique down and smoothing things out. And I know that sucks to say, it sucks to hear, but it's technique. I mean, look at what Michelangelo or Leonardo like carved out of stone. Like that looks like realistic skin textures. It's nice and smooth. It's just really hard to do. So it's really hard to do, but there's no reason why you can't do your big base in latex and paper towel, and then just work on your smoothing layers. The skin is way smoother than we normally let it. I like a little bit of texture because in low light it catches light better. But yeah, if you want super realistic, then you're going to start body casting and doing things in silicone. Life casting.
Cat Swift says, at 15 you were too young to stand up to idiots. Sorry you went through that. I didn't know, and he was a better artist than me at the time, so. CTH.
And he's probably exactly that good today.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's about the same. CTH Production says, Merry Christmas, guys. That's a mighty fine Krampus mask.
Thank you. It's getting there. I'm going to keep bringing this up to a skin tone.
Jordan Easel says, my boogeyman is also the Grim Reaper, but he doesn't identify as death itself. His sword cane was originally a war scythe, and his black robe was turned into his current white jumpsuit.
Say that again.
Okay, so my boogeyman, Ipsosiris, is also the Grim Reaper, but he doesn't identify as death itself. His sword cane was originally a war scythe, and his black robe was turned into his current white jumpsuit.
Okay.
Sean Fenner says, do you have or know of any good videos for basic set building? It's been a while, and I'm going to be building a lot, and I want to brush up.
No, like set building. No, there might be one other guy out there who has a video on a wall panel jig. I know we have one. There might be someone else with a wall panel jig video, and then I have a lot of scenic painting videos, but there's not a lot out there. There's not a lot. There's some videos on like theater flats, but they won't hold up for haunted houses. So can I take this hat off now?
Yes.
Thank you.
You've been festive enough.
Goodness gracious.
We put it back on for the end.
I feel like it's stifling my thought processes.
Also, your ponytail's tucked under your apron. That probably doesn't help.
Oh, maybe that was it. Still leaving off the hat.
That's okay. I can put you in the hat whatever I want. I'm mad with power. Jordan Easel says he predominantly sends bad ghosts to hell. He probably is death itself, but he doesn't see it that way. Ike Camacho says tequila shot for Stacy being a free artist. Dobby is a free elf. 1980 says when someone calls a banana and duct tape art, the bar is pretty low. Jason Gross says that helps. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome.
I love that the guy ate the banana.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just going to eat this banana. That's good, because the banana didn't go bad.
Yeah.
At least.
Then it was art with a function.
Yeah. Unlike 7,000 resin coffee tables, river coffee tables.
I mean, that's functional. Maybe not 7,000 of them, but.
How do you feel about resin art?
How do I personally? Or?
Yeah, like the liquid resin art, where they might put holes in a bucket and spin it and put it over a canvas. And
I mean, if it makes you happy. 1980 says it's not a bald spot, it's a solar panel for the brain. Sean Fenner says, so you're saying I should video everything I build?
Yeah. Yeah, massive.
I think that,
That's why I'm here.
yeah, I think people get real salty about resin art because the bar for entry is really low.
It is, yeah.
And while it is not the kind of art that I personally would hang in my home.
It's good like hotel art.
Yeah, it's like hotel art, for sure.
What colors do I want? What mood do I want to have?
Yeah,
and then
totally.
You buy art with those colors.
And also, like, I don't know that necessarily art is always something you make for the end product being something consumable.
See, That's why I always say I'm not an artist.
Mhm.
I rarely just make art for art's sake.
Mm-hmm.
I make art to use.
To functional art, yeah.
They're tools. Masks are tools.
But if it makes you feel something, then it's art. And even if the thing you're feeling is annoyance or disgust, it's still art. It makes you feel something. But I think the kind of resin art that I enjoy the most is the ones that play with like depth and stuff. Like I think my very, very favorite kind of resin art is the kind that you build up slowly in layers.
Where you paint the goldfish
yeah.
and the rolls. Oh yeah, those are
yeah,
good.
yeah, I love that.
But that's like, I'm not referring to actual painting.
No, yeah.
I'm referring to the Puppy Puddles version.
Yeah,
of it.
I consider resin pour art like that in the same vein as like the acrylic pour art, in the same vein as splatter art, as the same vein as sand art.
Spin art.
Spin art, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it makes attractive patterns. I like to watch people make it. I think possibly the making it is the best part of it.
Yeah.
Watching it being created is another layer.
I hope it's a gateway drug.
Yeah, to get people
other
involved.
types of art.
Yeah, for sure. Where you start doing something that is easy, and then you go, okay, well, how could I make this different or better? And then you dig in, and you either get frustrated because it's hard and you stop, or you keep going and find other ways to do it better. 1980 says, Alan's art breathes it's a little bit performance, a lot surrealist. Jordan Nielsen says, I also mentioned that he can be hired to haunt/punish bad people, and 3 of his powers can be selected for use for free, but if you want him to use more power, you must pay him. Should tell him that he shouldn't work for free.
The Joker says, if you're good at something, never do it for free. And now, an interlude.
Da, 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 da. Ladies and gentlemen, art. Oh, that's a noise. Is there water in that?
No, he's a scrunchy. That was all, just an interlude. What was we were live for some reason. I was bandsawing a baby's head in half or something.
Sure, yeah.
A little
That tracks.
surreal.
Travis Carrick says we should always live by the words of the Joker. 1980 says saw that sign at the sperm bank.
Which sign? Why do we have all these 5-gallon jugs in here?
Did they come back from the Monster Museum?
I don't know.
I think they came back from the Monster Museum.
Wasn't that ages ago?
It was.
Oh, that's really close.
Indeed.
Zoom out. I've zoomed out.
Indeed. Alex thinks we definitely should love by the words of the Joker. Diaz Girls JD says, you'll come look at my display online, you vote for me. AVX Miss Christmas Town.
Hello, Travis Carrick.
Ed says, oh, reminds me of a B-rated movie from the 80s horror, Frankenhooker.
What reminds him of that?
I guess the drilling into the face.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. That was kind of 80s.
Jordan Easel says, no, Ipso can work for free. That's his base package. For his full package, you have to pay a negotiated price of his additional abilities. And Night says, yes, Frankenhooker. Farrah was on a podcast talking about Frankenhooker fairly recently. She was like, now I have to watch this movie. And then she texted me afterward and she was like, why? Why did I make myself watch this movie? I said, you wanted to be on a podcast? And now you know.
Did she know the podcast was about the movie before she got on it?
Yes.
I see.
Travis Carrick says, hello, Alan Hops. Carrigoff says, the Joker, world's first fully functioning homicidal artist. I don't know that that's true. Hitler painted.
forget what it was. There was something where they were talking about Bob Ross encouraging people to do art,
Yeah.
and how if people had encouraged Hitler's art,
Right.
maybe things would have gone differently.
It's like an Eddie Izzard bit.
Yeah, maybe that's who it was. Yeah.
I just can't get this perspective. We'll kill everyone in the world. Yeah. And that's why we need more funding for the arts.
See, and my art's never been important enough to me to get like that level of upset.
Heated about it.
Yeah. All right. While this dries, I'm gonna go get some sproppant for the horns.
The Sproppant. And that's what we have to encourage people to be willing to be bad at something. Like, you have never been afraid to be bad at it. Like, you just keep doing it until you're good at it. And
I think it's more fun when you're being paid and you're bad. You're paying me to do it and you suck at this?
Yeah.
This is great.
yeah, that's my life all of the time. But yeah, you have to be willing to be really bad at it. Not just like sort of bad at it, like really bad at it. And I think too many people get caught up in the idea that if you're not fantastic at it right out the gate, or you're not even at least a little bit Stacey, jump scare. Listen, you want a jump scare? Here you go. Wow. Christmas jump scare. Ha! Yeah, no, like be willing to suck at it. Like that is the first step towards getting really good at it. And if you're not willing to be really bad at it, I feel like your odds of ever getting really good at it are very slim to none. Jordan Easel says, if you want Ipso to shock some sense into someone, would you get his free package? Okay, we'll wait for Alan for this one. All right, so Jordan says, so if you want Ipso to shock some sense into someone, would you get his free package where he only uses 3 abilities, or will you negotiate a sum of cash for more abilities? If you're making a deal with Death himself, who also happens to be the boogeyman.
I would be upset that Death has sold out to the degree that I can purchase Death's services. That just reeks of wrongness to me. Like, I don't, like, Death should only work for free. He should only do stuff that he wants to do, and he shouldn't be influenced by outside forces. And if he's being paid, why does he value money? What does he need the money for? What does he buy?
Travis, oh my god. Creative Dude says, Jingle bells, Santa smells, Krampus laid an egg. 1980 says, the real story is that Hitler wanted to attend art class at the New Scroll. It was down the hall, second door on the right. Unfortunately, he took the third right. Alex says, retweet. Travis says, not even the Reaper of Souls is free from the grip of capitalism.
I think he should be. He is.
He comes for the worker and the owner alike. Edson says, the little yellow holiday lights look like little tree air fresheners, haha. A little bit, they're little stars.
What are little stars?
In the holiday overlay. Little stars. They're shiny little stars. Didn't even notice. It's fine.
Well, this one is no. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of it. It's a floral spray paint, and it smelled really good.
Oh yeah, it's not fashion something. It's shoot. 2 seconds ago, I could have told you that.
But it had a little more pigment than this does. I love that stuff.
Design Master.
Design Masters, yes. And for a little while, they stopped making it
Yeah.
during the pandemic.
Creative Doof says, hey now, I found out how awesome Reaper was in Dark Souls 2. Ike Camacho says, Alan, how do you decide when to use a jaw-moving mask as opposed to a solid one?
What's the question?
How do you decide to use, or when to use a jaw-moving, or moving jaw mask as opposed to a solid one?
If the jaw needs to move. Like really that's it. Because most of the time I'm gonna have actors moving around pretty fast. and that jerky head movement is common of a lot of characters, and that's going to cover kind of that the mouth isn't really moving. It's dark, they're moving in and out. But if they're going to interact with people over a longer period of time, they have to talk, they have to sync up audio, or, you know, it adds a huge dimension to the masked character, then I'll go with a moving jaw.
Jordan says, Ipso needs the cash to reward good people, and I need your input. Give me advice.
So, boy, we talked about foibles before, and how the character is a little overpowered, but I think that that's where you want it to be.
It's Rudy Giuliani.
Oh yeah, his hair dye is coming down his head. Yeah. Getting a little more light on the face.
Jordan Easel says he only makes his own money on an annual basis. His rules are absolute and he can't break them.
That's what that means, though, is if then he has to break them, like in the first story. You know what I mean? Because you only say something like that as a plot point, so eventually he's going to have to break a rule in order to do the right thing.
Travis says, please don't smell spray paint in excess. And actors talking and moving fast. I've never done such a thing. 1980 says, paint fumes are as much amused as the prettiest of sunsets. Alex says, you can smell it in excess when you can't smell it anymore. You can smell it in excess when you can't smell it anymore.
In excess, that was a good band.
Yeah, once you've hit the point where you can't smell anymore, you're SOL.
But I can smell this. This is good smelling spray paint.
Yeah, it's quality.
It's forever young.
Buster Mac asks, what is that Alan is spraying on the horns?
So, paint, it is,
Paint.
it's movie paint, and it's either nicotine, this is beige, it's called. There's one called dirt, there's one called beige, there's one called nicotine. It's translucent. So it gives a coloring, but it doesn't like cover everything up.
Travis says, so that's why the costumes look like that. Fist bump, mic drop. Stacy, that's me. You get a fist bump for that. I know, I'm abusing my
Don't
authority.
encourage him.
It's too late. I've already done it. 1980 says, when you can see smells and hear colors, you're an EPA violation. I'm so EPA.
I need to go grab an herbrush.
An herbrush. Jordan Easel says, how far would one person go to see the worst man alive get justice? That's a question Ipso asks all his clients. Well, I guess not very far, since the worst man in the world isn't getting justice, but...
Boy.
Did
Yeah.
Did it reactivate, or would you just like really saturate that?
Oh, I put a couple layers on before it was dry.
Ah, yeah, that'll do it.
So I'm going to grab something that isn't a napkin and turn it into a napkin.
Travis says, Stacy was the first to encourage me, i.e. the Dracula rap battle. That was pretty great. I regret nothing.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Rue as Vlad Dracula in Dark Out, maybe someone can post a link.
I could do that.
We did a epic rap battles of history. We used their audio.
Silkies live.
Yes, I hear you. Anyway, Rue is in it, Travis is in it.
Oh, Scott Kohler is, no wait, that's movie actually. Haha, beat ya. Boom. There you go. Thank you, Scott Kohler, for the link for the movie paint. Creative Duke says, come to think of it, it kind of does look like a Dark Souls boss. A little bit.
Yeah, Dark Souls has a nice look to it.
And that was the aesthetic that we were chasing for Transworld last year, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Well, yeah, with the gold added.
Yeah.
They didn't have any like gold elements in theirs.
Anyway, yeah, that's our epic rap battles lip sync, because it dropped the Halloween like right before Halloween on the year that we were doing a full vampire show at Dark Hour,
Yeah.
and we were like, this is too perfect. We have both a Vlad and a Dracula right now. Our costumes are better.
That part is true. I was going to try to avoid using red on the gums, but I cannot. I must go get some
You
red.
must go get some red.
It's got to pop a little more, be a little more lifey.
The struggle is real. He's not a dead Krampus. He's a living Krampus. Set my hat. Right. It's because it's really long, so it keeps falling over to one side. But yeah, no, that was big fun. It was Travis, Rue. We also featured a couple of our actors from the show. Cora helped us shoot it and edit it as well. Creative Deuces, what's the thing hanging behind the mask's head? Is an animatronic? Yes. Travis says we filmed him in like 2 days, technically 2 hours, because we did it in the hour before the show started. Yeah, it was very hastily slapdashed, put together, and it actually turned out ridiculously good for the amount of time we had to put it together. It didn't hurt that we already had really awesome costumes and really awesome sets. We were able to just go in and film, like, just, you know, in like daylights for the show. Like, it wasn't even show lighting. It was great. It was good times. 1980 says Deep Purple.
Smoke on the water, fire in the sky.
There were some questions about the thing hanging behind the mask's head. Is it an animatronic mask? You can see it behind your head.
That is a future Stilt Beast video. It will probably come out the first week of January.
Shannon Hobbs says, "In a damn fine cape." Yes.
Huh?
One of the lines in the epic rap battle is in a damn nice cape.
Oh, got it. Yeah, a little more life in there.
Jordan Easel says, "I have a query for you and Alan. What are the most difficult materials you work with?"
That I work with, or I don't work with because they're difficult. I don't do a lot of carving in stone. That crap is hard, literally. And fiberglass. I can work with fiberglass. I have worked with fiberglass, but it's not fun, and I don't like it.
Yeah. I'd say the most difficult material I work with on a regular basis, pool noodles.
What's hard about pool noodles?
Welding them is a pain in the butt. Maybe like,
Have I just done it so much?
yeah. I mean, I can do it.
Yeah.
I'm just not as good at it as you, and I find it frustrating because I'm not as good at it. And it's a difficult. Okay, the material itself isn't difficult. It's user difficult.
There's a
I guess.
technique that does require some wrangling.
Let's see, the most difficult material. Satin.
What about that stuff that you made Anubis's bodysuit out of?
Oh God, yeah.
Explain that stuff.
It was like this horrible stretch metallic. Oh, misery.
There was 2 layers, and one layer
yeah.
was like ragged out.
And sort of adhered to it, so there was a texture difference. oh, it was a nightmare to sew. It like doing all of the correct things to sew a stretch fabric, and it still was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it.
What theme park was that for?
Oh God, I don't even remember. It's been ages. Cripps says, Alan, you should try plastic paste from Smooth On. I use it instead of fiberglass.
Yeah, I've got some of that, and I got some of their freeform air. I've used plastic paste. That's the curse, right? Fiberglass sure is cheap.
Creative Duke says, oh, someone watched the Dracula versus Vlad Hippogriff Petals video. Yeah. 1980 says silk. Yeah, silk's a pain in the butt. But with a microtex needle.
Because they slide?
Yeah, they slide.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's lots of things you can do to stabilize that.
Spray it easy.
Spray it easy.
Needles hate it.
Needles hate it. Yeah. Upholstery foam in sewing was less than ideal.
Okay.
But again, the material
cutting
itself.
burlap on the laser,
Yeah.
because it has a tendency to catch fire. Like it really loves to catch fire.
Yeah, you gotta spray that down with water
Yeah.
first and dampen it a little bit. Anything white. White material is, especially in this shop, is just
White
a
tax.
misery. The white tax, yeah,
15% more on anything that has to be white,
yeah.
because we have to work hard to keep it white.
Alex says, I'm home, I'm finally home. Okay, love you, bye. Bye.
Relax, are you watching from your car?
Yeah. Creative Dude says, that demon needs to go see a dentist. Maybe he'll run into Herbie the elf, the one that wanted to be a dentist.
I want to be a dentist. We grab a little wet rag to get that
Just a little
paint
wet
off
rag.
the eyeballs.
It's all good.
You can make a wet rag.
Mega
I have a
wet
rag, and I should have moisture in a bottle somewhere.
Yeah. Festive again. Oh, we festive again. What kind of wet in a bottle is that? It is a mystery.
Waterish.
Water enough?
Yeah, water enough.
Close enough.
Hashtag waterish.
Water-esque. Oh, he's gone. Crip says, I offset the cost by thinking of my health. Fiberglass sucks.
Yeah.
Creative Doof says, hashtag Little Shop of Horrors. Little shop of horrors, shop, shop. Jordan Easer says, who likes ramen? I like ramen.
It's okay. I haven't really eaten a lot of ramen. I prefer stuff with meat in it.
You get ramen with meat in it.
Yeah, but if the meat comes in the bag as a seasoning.
I guess there's a difference between like hot pot ramen and ramen.
I'm thinking of bad ramen.
Like comes in a packet. Jason Gross says, how can I learn to make costumes? I just use scraps from Walmart or old clothes. Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I do have some good videos on. We have some good videos
There's
on costumes.
very good videos on
The
that.
ones we did for that thing.
The ones we
There's
did for
one
that
where
thing.
Tony's an elf.
Yeah, the elf one. The costume thing.
Costume, yeah.
Yeah.
Costume.
For COVID.
COVID. That's what it was.
COVID, that's what it was. We did a CosTube. There's all of the like costume makers on YouTube got together in 2020 when everything was shut down and did an online like costuming convention kind of thing. And they linked up together and did a lot of lives, and everybody did a lot of community content together. So we did a really long one on that, and actually I can post the links maybe to those in the live creepers. I can see if I can find them here.
If you're really bored.
If I'm really bored. That's a really long one. That's like a 2-hour live. Maybe even longer than that. It was a
We
really
did
long.
interviews with them. We did all
Yeah,
kinds of
it was
stuff.
a whole thing. It was really cool. And most of the costumers involved in that were like historical costumers. We were definitely the only Halloween.
We're like,
we were like, yeah, we also we do scary stuff. But they were excited about it, I think. And so then there's also a short one. I have both of those videos bookmarked in the class I teach on designing costumes and stuff. Creative Deuce's fiberglass is a freaking menace, especially when it gets into skin. Awful stuff. Karagoff says, any net with applique glued to it is horrid. Oh, yeah. A friend just got married in a dress with tiny stars all over it. Guess who ended up in charge of keepsakes made from dress? Who will be swearing? Ooh, you poor thing. 1980 says, even Dahmer avoided ramen. He cooked them first. But these are the jokes.
Those are 1980s jokes.
Mm-hmm.
The views and opinions of 1980
do
not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Stilt Beast Studios.
Even if I laughed in it.
Even if Stacy laughed.
Would it be a bad idea to share the class notes, like the slides and stuff?
What class notes?
The dynamic haunt character and creation and costuming class that I taught at Texas Haunters.
No, go right ahead.
Okay.
You should have already shared those at Patreon.
I think I did already.
Do it again. They'll never know.
Okay.
It reminds me, I have to post a class advertisement. I'm doing one a day.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna drop this link in the chat, guys. This is the character and costume creation class that I taught at Texas Haunters. These are all the slides from it. And in the slide presentation, there are a page of links at the end, and it has both of those videos, both the short elf video that Alan made out of thrift store stuff and the long form one. Boop. There you go. That's in the chat. Jordan Easel says, I'm particularly fond of Maruchan cup noodles. I like to add bouillon, sriracha, soy sauce, and oyster sauce. Yum. Travis says, Alan, have you seen the new Tweeterhead Beastman statue color variant? Tweeterhead Beastman statue color variant?
So, I'm still waiting on my Tweeterhead Beastman statue. I'm not necessarily interested in a color variant. I've been waiting for, okay, I got a picture of it as a gift for Christmas last year. Like, this is coming. And it was supposed to be here in August, and it is not here. And they are not the most responsive. So I would not urge others to jump and buy Tweeterhead merchandise. That is all. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Clement Sellier says, I love the mask you're doing.
Thank you.
Travis says, the original one?
Yeah, but the non-color variant. It's normal Beastman color, but it's lovely.
Thank you, Scott Colehart, for linking the thrift store Scary Elf. Sean says, do we have any fairy, fae, woods creatures at Transworld? Maybe? I don't know if we're talking about our Transworld lineup yet. Might still be secret. Scott Colehart, thank you so much for the thrift store pirate one. So the thrift store pirate one is the really long one, and the Scary Elf is the short one. The Scary Elf features my husband Tony, and the thrift store pirate one is alive, and it's pretty long. Jay Johnson says that's a Krampus head. Yep, sure is. Let's see, we'll go back to the tripod cam. That is a Krampus head. It's our LED eye light up Krampus head, and it's getting finished up for an order to go out. It's probably not going to make it by Christmas at this point, but yeah. Travis Carrick says that's kind of shady. Then never mind. Boo. Chris Cadaver says, speaking of classes, Sarah and I are wicked excited for Camp 31. Just over a month away. Cannot wait.
That's awesome. That's right. Shannon did say that you guys are coming back.
Masato K says, love seeing y'all.
Oh, it's great to see you, Masato.
Masato. You're going to be sent this song. Boom. Jordan Easel says, what does Strigoi look like? Is Count Orlok a good example of such?
No. Count Orlok is a great example of a Nosferatu. Strigoi are normally more undead and more earthy. Warlock, very particular look, but skeletal, bald, pointed ears, 2 fangs in the center. Strigoi are normally much more unkempt and a little more feral. And they're often family too. They're not like, it's your dead uncle who comes to your house.
1980 says, if the horns were reversed, it would be a legend. Jay Johnson, hell yeah, that's sweet. Travis Carrick says, I'll just wait for the Ninjor TOGS figure in like April, I think.
Ninja.
Edson says, I like the shirt, Stacy.
Oh, the Ninjor Turtles of Grayskull figure that is a freaking dragon?
Turtles of Grayskull?
Yes.
Nice.
Ninja Turtles and Motu are doing a crossover
I thought you didn't
event.
like a crossover.
So, yeah.
Thanks, Edson. This is our old Wreck the Hall shirt. Now we have a really nice new Dark Hour winter shirt that is also very good.
I'm wearing a shirt from Nightmare Realm Kalamazoo,
Yeah.
which is a haunt that we have gone to and trained at before. They're awesome. They're doing great things.
Masato says, fist! I fixed the buttons.
This moment ain't easy.
That's right. Wait. Very festive!
Are you doing that every time I leave?
Yes! I'm not even sorry. The thing is that in the process of figuring out how to fix the stream deck today, I needed to remake all of the little pop-up guys. And so, in doing so, I decided that we needed a little bit more. We're gonna make it even more festive. Because this is the last live of the year. It's the last live before Christmas.
When's our next live? We're not going live Christmas Day.
Not going live Christmas Day. We're not going live on New Year's. And so we'll be back in January. Let me look at the calendar. Probably the 8th. January 8th is probably our next live back. Travis Carrick says, crossovers are iffy, but Ninjor looks sweet. Big wingspan energy. Fair. As it says, nice, if I was allowed to have more shirts, I'd inquire how to obtain one. Jordan asks, why are most yokai perverted? I read somewhere that Kappa would like to look up dresses as to other traditional Japanese monsters.
Oh boy. Because Japan as a culture is kind of perverted. But they're also repressed at the same time. So the monsters are really just what they want to do, but don't because they're in a polite society. So.
1980 says, we need Alan with the wings as a pop-up and the fire surprised Alan.
It was fire surprise.
So that's flammable. June Ritchie says, happy holidays. I can't stay, but I wanted to share some cheer or grump, whichever floats your boat.
Yeah, thanks for including the grumps. That makes me almost cheerful.
Almost.
You're at the car wash
So
now.
blonde.
You're at the car wash. You're hitting the car.
Listen, I had a dream last night that I was trying to do my own hair weave because I'm in the process of growing out this like side shave,
Okay.
and I dreamed that I had Gray help me braid it, and that I was trying to sew in hair wefts by myself, like in the mirror.
That is totally something you would do.
It is 100% a thing I would do.
It's rare that I have dreams that I remember, but I remember one very distinctly from from like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was at a party. It was less than 2 weeks ago. I was at a party, and I was in an argument with a guy at the party because one of my masks was sitting there, and it was a were-penguin, and inside of his mouth was just full of teeth. And the guy said, penguins don't have teeth. And I said, yes, they do.
Yeah.
He's like, penguins don't have teeth. I'm like,
They definitely
totally
do.
have teeth. And he was so adamant, and he went and got someone else to help him on his side. I never hit him.
I did not hit him.
But
I did
when
not.
I woke up, I Googled to make sure that penguins had teeth. And yes, I was correct. Their mouths are terrifying.
Edson says you could go live for my birthday on the 31st.
Is that a Wednesday?
It is a Tuesday.
Well, next year we'll go live for your Edson's birthday.
Yeah. I've been having a lot of really weird dreams lately. Tony came in and woke me up because I was screaming in my dream, but was, I guess, making squeaking noises in real life. I took a nap and dreamed that there were lizards infesting our couch. And,
That's not so bad.
And then I picked one up and it was a very tactile dream. I could feel it in my hand after I woke up. It was couldn't, and there was so many of them. And I was worried they were going to escape into the rest of the house and we'd never be able to find them all. And yeah.
So technically,
terrifying.
if I remember, I'm not an ornithologist.
Yeah.
Is John C. still on?
He is an ornithologist?
No, I think he's not an ichthyologist. That's fish.
Entomologist?
What's bugs again?
Entomologist.
I think he's an entomologist.
Nice.
But I digress. They don't technically have teeth. They have pallipae. I may be saying that wrong, but they have pallipae, which are tooth-like protrusions on the roof and floor of their mouth, and sometimes on their tongue, and that's what geese have. Geese also have a very raspy tongue.
Yeah, Jordan Neal says, I think geese have teeth. Another reminder of dinosaurs. Edson says, woohoo, birthday show. 1980 says, rather find a lizard than somebody's bad dragon. 1980. Behave. Katie Cat UK says, Merry Christmas all from us in the UK. Merry Christmas, Katie Cat.
All right, I'm now going to go see if we have clear silicone caulk.
We should ought to, because I think we just bought some.
Well, we ran out of it last
Again?
week, and
Just bought
Rue
some.
got a stern finger shaking.
Such a finger waggling he got. He had to go steal some from Alex. The shame. The shame of it all. It's terrifying. Ooh, he's done. Never gets old. I was very excited to make that today. He looks like he's being threatened. He's it's not really a smile. It's like, and it is my very favorite thing. He's been very grumpy about the forced festivity.
The other way,
And now we have
under the cabinet, 7 tubes fell out on the floor.
Oh no.
Yeah, so we have 80, 90 of these.
Good. I guess we need to. Jeremy says shame. Yeah, he should have been ashamed. He's responsible for keeping up with that. But yeah, now we have plenty. I guess we need to make sure it doesn't freeze in there.
It won't get cold enough to freeze.
Listen, we lost a bunch of silicone during that big freeze.
That's just my little shop, wasn't it?
Yeah, it got real frosty. I'm gonna move these. Hey, look, now you can see the whole thing. Bob Bowie is cracking up.
Frankenfrost!
Frankenfrost! Edson says, oh, Ezekiel wished the whole crew and creepers very Merry Christmas and a safe New Year from the Third World. All our love to Ezekiel as well.
Hello!
Sorry he couldn't join us. Listen, it's a busy time of year. People got stuff going on.
Yeah.
We get it. We're just excited that everybody's here, man. We got 60 people right now. Hi, 60 people.
Hi, 60 people. Krampus Nacht is always December 5th.
Mm-hmm. We were live on Krampusnacht Eve.
And yeah, we're live on the eve before that. Someone ordered this as a last minute Christmas gift.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I shouldn't say that. This is a Christmas
We didn't say
gift.
who ordered it.
It's a Christmas gift for, yeah, but if they're watching, then they know that the person who ordered it really waited to the last minute.
Well, maybe they had a hard time deciding what you wanted.
That could be it.
Some people don't give their lists out until very, very late.
But they just decided they like this person enough to get them a present.
Also that. This is not a cheap mask either, so they must like you a lot.
This is like a spousal gift, is my guess.
Oh yeah, that tracks. Big Dog says, smash the thumbs up button, please. We had a question earlier. Let me go back and find it.
Shannon and I have both gotten just progressively harder and harder to shop for
Yeah.
as we get older. Is my forehead a weird color?
Nar.
Great. It's very cold. It's not very cold, but it's chilly in here right now.
Yeah.
And that means that everything is drying very slowly.
Well, you have a heat gun.
Fire bad. Before I put on too much of this, I really should mount the battery pack on.
Yeah, that would be a good plan. We had a question about what we were bringing to Transworld.
Fun, cool stuff.
And of course now it's been a minute. And I meant to ask you when you got back in. And I forgot.
Are you asking because you want to find out?
No, I'm asking to know if we can talk about what we're bringing yet or not.
You can talk about some things, yeah. You can talk about what you know.
Well, there was specifically a thing they asked, is we're going to get like woodland stuff?
Not as heavy as we had. Because we did all the mushrooms and we did a lot of that. And while that's lovely, I don't want to do that this year.
Yeah, fairy, fae, woods creatures at Transworld.
Now, see, we do still owe the world some fairies.
We do. Fairy and thank you, Jeremy.
And I think that the world is ready for fairies, but
They weren't ready for bees.
yeah.
They were too pretty. That's on me. That's on me. They were too pretty.
Not quite monstrous enough. They didn't know what category to put them in.
Yeah. 1980 says, if anyone's shopping for me, I'm a size $100 bill. Bob Boy says, Frankenfrost, one of my favorite Stilt Beast possessions.
I'm a size Home Depot gift card.
Big Dog says, corpse of Skelly. Edson says, got my beautiful wife a brand new oven. Was delivered today, so she knows. Good.
Yeah, keep her in the kitchen. I mean, that's great.
Big Dog says, that'll warm up the room. Edson says, too bad you didn't think about putting the on-off switch in an earlobe, like an earring.
Next year, get her a vacuum.
Listen, I have unironically had a vacuum on my list for like 4 years, and everyone thinks I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I need a new vacuum. Very, yeah. Yeah, we do still have those wings made for the Queen Bee stuff that we brought. But again, they're really beautiful. They're not scary. Jordan Easel says, of all the products you sell, which are the most expensive? Are they expensive because of their size? Is it a big thing, inherently harder to build, hence the big price tag?
No, anything that's expensive, it's because of the time involved.
The labor.
It's always labor. Yeah, it's labor.
We're expensive. Pumpkin Skull says, that's me with clothes.
And in all honesty, like, you guys are not expensive. The state makes you expensive.
Yeah.
There are things that you have to pay when you pay an employee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just the time. Like, big stuff isn't inherently more expensive because of the size, although it is more expensive to ship. Once you get over a certain size, then you're shipping things freight, and that's very expensive.
Or just driving it out to you.
Yeah, or escorting it personally. Many is the trip that I have driven under a giant Christmas tree to places, not because they're
real hard to ship a whole Christmas tree.
Really hard to ship a whole Christmas tree costume. Edson says, vacuums aren't a good gift, they suck. Travis Carrick says, very beautiful but not scary is basically the reasoning Alan gave me for putting a prosthetic on my face. Aww.
He's a handsome man.
Too pretty.
And that's
we had to
more
ugly you
work
up.
than I want to do with an airbrush.
It worked well for Dracula, but
Also has like Boy Scout hair.
very much Boy Scout hair. Body Geek says, greetings creepers. Hey Body Geeks.
Hello, Body Geeks.
Long time no see. You get a Beastman pistol. I'm just excited the buttons are back, is the thing.
Yeah, you are buttoning up.
I'm buttoning up. What can I say? Well, it was like broke for a minute. And,
Software issue?
yeah, it was software. Trying to uninstall and reinstall and then make all the things anew. That's okay, because as it turns out, I know how to do that. Now, with the video that I had to ask him to remind me who made. Body Geek says, whoop. This is our very fancy battery pack system.
Yeah, let me.
Do the thing. Troy B says, let Alan know that my craft cat came running into the room and up on my lap to watch him work when she hears his voice.
Hooray!
Aww,
I love
craft
that.
kitty.
I love that I have ingrained Pavlovian responses. Boy, did I really misestimate the size of a 9-volt battery.
Well, we usually want to have a lot of surface area to glue with.
It's probably more than I need.
You can always cut it down. It's harder to make it larger.
You're not lying.
We're cracking up, Jeremy. You want to make sure you have enough on the bottom so it doesn't fall out either.
Oh yeah. Maybe I just cut this too short.
Uh-huh.
I'll get it really hot and stretch the heck out of it.
I believe in you. Spring break.
Oh, I have to plug that in?
Ah, Kettle Surprise.
Then it works.
Bob Boy says, so you love pressing Alan's buttons? Maybe? That is partially what he pays me for. Cat Swift says, poor gift choice. My birthday and Mother's Day are close. My first Mother's Day, my ex, keyword is now ex, combines gifts to give me one gift. Combined days to give me one gift. A microwave to make cooking meals faster.
Well, okay. While that is a gift that kind of sucks, the thought behind it was he wanted to spend more time with you. So if you could cook meals faster, you'd be done faster and have more time to spend with them.
Edson says, "Bad crash." Jeremy says, "You never had a problem with that. With pushing buttons? No, I've always been good at that." Jordan Needle says, "Even Alan is good looking."
Huh?
Body Geek says, "I'm back working again full time. Should be back on track with the build again by April. Ask Santa for some prop tools." Yeah.
Great.
1980 says, "It's not how big it is, it's the movement of the electrons." Jordan Needle says, "Stacy, I think you're good looking too." Thanks. I do all right. I clean up nice. Cat Swift says, "Kind of sucks." No, not the reason.
That could be the reason.
It's probably not the reason. Jeremy said, "Smart man, Alan."
I made it too small. I think I'll make a bigger one.
I hate it when that happens. What are you going to do?
Fail.
Listen, he's not afraid of failure. Let the record reflect. Edson says, "Wow, Alan, that's a stretch, mister."
Not a stretch. That would be if I got my wife something like that. That's totally it.
That would be your reasoning.
I keep a list, and every time Shannon is annoyed at something, I like, what could make that easier? What makes that task easier? Now, they don't all become presents.
Sometimes they're just things that show up at the house.
Right. There was a thing that I got from Shannon, because I saw something go wrong a couple times. So I got this thing, I ordered it, and it didn't come until like last week. So I'm like, well, now it's a Christmas present. That was not the intent, but at this point.
Creative Doof says, "So what's with the black vertical bar on the left side of the screen? Is that like a camera battery?" No, it is the captions that are not working right now. And that is that we had some computer issues, and in the process of fixing everything, I am still, piece at a time, putting back together a really good streaming setup. And the captions are like the last piece that I don't know how to do yet. So that is the remnants of the captions that for some reason are not good. I wonder if I can move it, get rid of it. Ooh, I can make it bigger. I reduced it to a dot. There you go. Cat Swift says, yes, Alan, but you are basically a kind and good person, and that is the difference. Body Geek says, I decided against using spray foam to make props in my hotel room while deployed, bringing my heat gun and plastic. Hopefully I don't evacuate the hotel in the process.
Yikes.
Well, now you know, don't use a blowtorch
No, Uncle Owen.
on
Hold
fresh-
on, blowtorches are fine, just not after.
Not on freshly sprayed Flex Seal.
Right.
Now you know.
And this makes a nice little battery pouch.
Na-na.
It holds said battery.
And I feel like at some point I made like just a metric ton of those.
And they're probably in Alex's room.
Probably. Big Dog says, Stacey, just blame Rue. He's not here to defend himself. No, that was fully Alan. Like that, I can't even
Yeah, that's
throw
right.
Rue under the bus for that. That was fully Alan. Edson says, wow, that's almost as big as the original EVA. 1980 says, chubby bearded guys get a lot of attention this time of year. 'Tis the season.
They get or need.
Get. Though to be fair, like chubby bearded guys all of the time. Like
Sorry guys, kicked your face.
things are fine. Things are fine. Dionysus12 says, hey Alan. Creative Dude says, okay, I wasn't sure. I like to do stuff and I probably missed someone else in the chat that also noticed the bar. No, it's all good. Silly Zombie says, hey, are you doing another Creepers meetup at Transworld?
I assure
Yes, we
you,
are.
a bar is not going to get by this crowd.
Yes. Yes, we are. It's probably going to be Friday at the Grand in St. Louis, just like last year. But that's the plan. Let me go fix his thing. Hold, please.
Oh, I kicked it.
You
I'll
did.
Fix it. I fix.
You're right. I fixed it, just in case.
You fix again.
I fix again. Pumpkin Skull says, my face. Are you the Ed head?
Oh no, I said when I kicked it, I said
Oh.
I kicked your face. I said that. I used words.
Edson says, yay, Rue must be here, camera moved. 1980 says, cringe Santa pickup lines.
Well, I walked the path that I previously had the camera out of the way, but Stacy moved the water bottles to move the camera,
Yep.
and I did not account for that mentally while I was mentally doing something else.
Listen, Rue's not here, I have to screw some stuff up. Jordan News says, Alan is literally doing what Santa does, but with monsters.
Right, they're making presents for others.
That's right. Bob Bowie says, new costume idea, a flaming melted skeleton. Uncle Owen. If you haven't seen the live feed in which we definitely caught the shop on fire a little bit,
I'm gonna put that one behind a paywall.
we're moving it to Patreon.
You know what? If you just search my name and nothing else, for a long time, one of the first videos that popped up was me breaking a prosthetic mold with a hammer because I needed the prosthetic out of it, and the mold was locked.
Oh no.
And that was one of the first videos that popped up. I was beating a mold to death with a hammer to save a Dolly Molly prosthetic.
Oh, Dolly Molly.
Oh wait, look. Oh wait, battery's under there. Don't shoot that with a heat gun.
Yeah, ill-advised. We might have another fire. Sean Fenner says, good place to buy bulk life-size skeletons?
Home Depot, if they're still available. Honestly, that's the best because they have the 6-foot skeletons. Most everybody has the 5-foot 1-inch skeletons.
Tiny12 says, I'm surprised there aren't compilations of Alan testing a heat gun with his hand. Listen, y'all get on that. I would love, that's what I want for Christmas.
I did
What
a
want for
lot.
Christmas.
I did a lot with the 7-foot skeletons from Walmart this year. They made me very happy.
Make the compilation. I would love to see it.
It's just like a heat gun out of someone's hand over and over again.
I know, I think it'd be hilarious. Everybody loves a good compilation video. It says Uncle Owen and Aunt Brew, great couples costumes. Clement Sallier says, how much is the monster mask you are doing now?
This is a Krampus mask, and this guy actually goes for $225 because it's got horns, it's got, it has a lot of moving parts to it. Again, time.
It's a steal.
I've kind of been working on this guy all day.
1980 says Harvard had a deal on life-size skeletons.
Who did?
Harvard? Were they anatomically human? Like, actually human skeletons?
Now that is held on there.
Success. And he lights up. Huzzah.
I think this battery is almost dead.
Do you want a fresh one?
I would like to try it with a fresh one.
Okay. Hold,
Maybe I
please.
got too much paint on the LEDs.
Tell the story.
Let me tell you a story. Boy.
I know, it's harder with the pressure on.
Yeah, but there's just so many stories. Let's see. In my youth, I used to jump trains. I lived near train tracks, and it was very easy to catch a freight train to go to the next town. Which at one point I got caught on a bridge. I was halfway across the bridge, and I had to get, because there's the railroad ties. I had to scooch all the way to the outside and hang on to the railroad ties. So like my body is hanging off the edge of the railroad ties. This arm is up and this knee is up on top of it. But the rest of you is just hanging over like a 60-foot drop while this train is passing. And the trains had some kind of a little wire, like on every car, that would just hit me every time a car went by, like tack, 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 tack. And I don't like waiting on trains even while I'm in the car, even today. It's not a phobia, but it is a reminder of how sketchy that time was. So I didn't have time to run either direction and beat the train until it got to the bridge. So I had to go out to the edge and hang off to the side. So that's my train story. Fresh battery.
Cracked a new pack for you.
This is a blacker battery.
Body Geek says, I have one of the Krampus masks. It's great. Nice. 1980 says it was a news story. Harvard Med School, black market body parts. There you go. Buster Max says, Stacey, thanks for the movie paint link. That was probably Scott, but you're welcome. Clement Sellier says it's very beautiful and badass looking. Steve's Art, or Steve's RT8 says, I thought you meant jump trains like the Duke boys. Maxville Manor says, I love my white Krampus from you. Dionysus12 says, you're brave.
Train hopping is different than train jumping.
Ashton Jones says, wow.
I had like the epitome of a misspent youth. Wow, my headlights are on.
Yeah,
Look at
that is significantly brighter.
I think that battery is dead. Pass the ketchup.
He's dead, Jim.
What is that from? He's dead, Jim.
Star
Pass the
Trek?
ketchup. I know
Oh,
they're
it's
mocking
Pass the
Star
Ketchup.
Trek.
I don't know.
Is it like Kids in the Hall or something? But it's from something. So this battery is a
Comment
dead
section, I will race you.
battery. It's really close to going in the garbage can. I have been adjusting these eyes and broken the heat sink
Oh no.
while the resistor while I was doing that.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
Jordan uses says, Stacey, have you ever made a Santa suit before? I have. More than one.
And for the record, Pumpkin Skull, I did read that in the Gizmo voice.
Steve STR8. Steve, are you Steve Straight? Is that what it is? This is way better. Pumpkin Skull says, bright light, bright light. Bright light, bright light, bright light. Dionysus 12 says the original Star Trek, the Doctor. Creative Duke says Krampus says hi. 1980 says you can jump a train, but you can't train it to jump. Sean Fenner says he's dead. Jim is from McCoy on Star Trek. But it's the pass the ketchup part that he's thinking about.
Mm-hmm. And this is also, damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a whatever. Miracle worker, turnip farmer, whatever you needed to be at the time.
Unclear.
Looking for the gun that I hung.
It might be an MST3K thing.
Okay.
Clement Salyer says it must be very scary in real life.
Yeah, Kids
The
in the
Master
Hall is
just-
a show that I probably should not have been watching as a 10-year-old.
Oh yeah,
But
Kids in the Hall is fantastic.
yeah,
Bob Bowie says as a youth I had to hop a few trains just to make it to school on time. Edson says Star Trek's Dr. McCoy used to say it a bunch of times. Jordan Easel says, Alan, how you look in a Santa suit? You have the right build for it, in my opinion. You can go see Carl in a Santa suit.
yeah, I've been in a Santa suit several times. I'm sure that I will eventually have to play Santa in order to atone for all the children that I have terrified and destroyed in haunts. But I'm not there yet.
1980 says fish heads, eat them up, yum.
And I'm more Father Christmas now that I'm down 70 pounds.
And getting a properly white beard.
Yeah. Yeah, a little less Santa, a little more Father Christmas. Which, I don't mind that at all.
No, done it a little.
Old world Santa is best Santa.
Yeah. The red god. $7.46. Dionysia 12 says, congrats on the 70 pounds.
It's something I'm working on, you know. Honestly, it's because people here are depending on me. And if this place has to shut down because I have a heart attack or die, that's inconsiderate of me. So if I'm gonna safeguard all of these people's lives who work here, then I have to take care of myself.
Bob Bowie says Carl as Santa would be great to see. Oh, it's
No,
out there.
it's not great.
It's on the internet. I think Shannon posted it.
Yeah, if Shannon could post the link, or in the Stilt Beast Live Creepers, Shannon will post, and I don't think she's posted it this year.
I know, tis the season.
Her encounter with Carl Santa in the gutter.
Sean Benner says, would Christmas Alan keep pocket fruitcake instead of pocket burgers? Carl, I mean.
Possibly.
Pocket fruitcake.
That was a dancing man. If I was shorter, I'd be a good dancer. What a great insult. Come here, you little pocket
You
fruitcake.
absolute pocket fruitcake.
Yeah.
God. My current favorite insult is calling someone a walnut. You absolute walnut.
Shannon has a movie that she watches every now and then.
Yeah.
The Ghost of Mrs. Muir.
Okay.
An old black and white movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the ghost in it is an old sea captain. And he calls a guy a perfumed parlor snake.
You
And I
perfumed.
really enjoy
snake.
that.
Oh, I like that. And Sandy says, Shannon said your life insurance is up to date since you play with fire and solvents. He's double insured.
Yeah. Yeah, she's doing well if something happens to me.
It covers accidental death, I'm sure.
You forgot the air quotes for accidental.
Jordan Easel says, I'm getting my first real sword and a knife for Christmas.
Nice.
Knife! How many swords do you think you own?
Oh. I'm in the north of 50.
North of 50. How many of the swords that you own are like for display only?
Like you can't fight with them?
Yeah.
Maybe 13, 14. Most of them are good for whacking.
What is your favorite sword that you own currently?
It's a sword that I named Single Stroke, and Shannon got it for me for Christmas early in our relationship, and it is a bastard sword, hand and a half,
Ooh.
and that's one of my favorites.
Nice. Why is it your favorite? One of your favorites?
It has beautiful balance, and it's Baltimore Knife and Tool Company, or Baltimore Knife and Sword now they're called, and it's good, clean work. It's not over adorned. It is functional and beautiful because it's functional.
1980 says Alan's funeral will be delayed as he will be a prop until the smell gets too bad.
Right.
Shannon says, Father Christmas. Based on strictly the tone of Shannon's comments tonight, you may be having an exciting evening when you get home.
Yeah.
Jordan Easel says, I have a lot of full-size machetes, which are arguably swords, but this will be my first true sword. Is a machete a sword? Or is it a knife?
The function of a sword is to kill people.
Yeah.
All right, that's the function of a sword. A sword is war. And a machete has a rural function, a farming function. So a machete is not a sword. There are machete-like swords, and there are sword-like machetes. But if the function is to hurt people, then it's a sword. If the function is to clear brush, then it's a machete.
Clement Sellier says, I wish everyone can come here and bring every mask with you to South Africa and open a shop here.
Open a shop where?
In South Africa.
I would love that.
That'd be awesome.
I would like to visit South Africa.
Sean Fenner says, swords. There can be only one. I knew Alan was an immortal.
You know what? For some reason, I was sitting on my love seat and I'm petting my dogs, and I happened to tell Cheney, one of my dogs, who did not ask a question about Highlander, I said, I enjoy Highlander the series more than I enjoy the movies.
For sure. With the notable exception of the soundtrack in the first one.
Adrian Paul, oh yeah, the soundtrack is freaking amazing for the movies. But Adrian Paul was excellent in it.
Yeah.
And I have not ever seen him in anything else.
Pumpkin Skull says, really, Highlander? What is the most utilitarian sword you have?
Boy. Utilitarian meaning no decor,
Yeah.
just straight function.
Yeah. Murder on a stick.
I have a replica of a what they just call a chopper from the Macajowski Bible, which is lovely. It's basically a long cleaver with a slight flute at the end. It's one-handed, it's a beast, it is full of the choppy chop.
Sean Fenner says, absolutely, the series is way better than the movies. Who wants to live forever?
Me? I'll take
Who
it.
dares to love forever? Ashton Jones says Highlander series was awesome. True facts.
And like, for some reason, there was like a period of 8 to 10 years where that was just always on TV. It was always on some channel.
Sean Fenner says, I always wondered why there was never a Highlander video game.
I think its peak was before video games got as popular as they are now.
Tell that to Aerosmith. Jordan Easel says, at what point, in your opinion, is a blade considered a large knife or a short sword?
Okay, so if it's, and my distinction is separate. If it's too long to wear straight down your side, it's probably a sword. Like even there's some like 18-inch long like hunting knives and dressing knives that you have to wear at an angle. As soon as you have to wear it at an angle, it's probably a short sword.
Creative Doof says Comet should air the Highlander series.
Yeah. Or is Spike TV still a thing?
You wanna say?
I don't have cable, so I don't know.
Crunch. I don't know if the mic picked that up, but if it did, you're welcome. Sean Regal says you can find Highlander streaming. I've been watching an episode every night.
That's awesome.
Nice. That's coming together.
Yeah, I mean, it's herring. Herring is, how many masks I put hair on?
Oh Lord, so many.
It's
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
yeah, probably 600 or so masks that I've haired.
There's a lot of them about. We have about 5 minutes till 8.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the rest of, I need another package of hair.
It is the last live of the year, so if we go a little long, that would probably be okay. However,
I want to get this guy all haired.
yeah,
I don't mind letting them tease it, but I want to. One person should hair something all the way through.
Yeah.
That's not something you stop in the middle and then start.
Yeah. Ashton Jones says Spike TV brings back memories. Jordan Easel says, did you know that the Kopesh is both a sword and an axe?
It's a sword that is a very good chopper. I like a nice Kopesh, but I would not say it's an axe because it's more blade than handle. Axes have more handle than blade.
There you go. Big Dog says, hello, left the room.
Okay, I'm getting nervous. I don't see any more blondie white.
Uh-oh.
Lots of gray. So much gray.
Dionysa12 says, have a good evening, everyone. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to all. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Bye!
Creative Dude says, one of the things I miss Spike TV for... Ooh.
Why do you miss Spike TV?
I don't know. I think that maybe there's a cat on Shannon's keyboard.
My wife?
Yeah. She says, one of the things I missed Spike TV for had to be those goofy Japanese shows.
Yoshi's Castle. It was called Yoshi's Castle. Yes. Game show.
Dionysa12 says, smash that like button. Clement Sellier says, I wish I could see one mask in South Africa. I wish. Body Geek says, what is the pink foam creation in the background?
It'll be a future Stilt Beast Studios video, so you'll see the whole thing then. Here's what's funny. I have this, which is so much longer.
Yeah, we'll just trim it down.
I'm just going to leave it long.
All right, fair enough. Okay, Shannon, you may have to unhide him on your own self. I don't know how to undo that. Her finger slipped apparently.
Did she ban Creative Dupe?
She accidentally hid some people. Creative Dupe says, have a nice Christmas and a great New Year. Creative Dupe, we didn't mean to hide you. We swear.
Creative Dupe, you're still on the the good list.
1980 says, wife just handed me the Patreon holiday card you sent. Yay. Dan McCorson, Hellwig Hollow, says, hi all. Hi, Dan.
Hello, Dan McCorson. Boy, I could almost get away. I want to get away.
Adventure, excitement, shenanigans.
Mostly shenanigans.
Mostly shenanigans. Creative Dude says, I don't mind being on the naughty list. Okay, I guess we got him on hid. Yay. The struggle is real.
Shannon was like, I'm going to block him. And I'm like, no, don't. She did it anyway. That's how she rolls.
The struggle is real. It's looking pretty nice. Thank you, Scott Colehart. Fixing stuff. 1980 says, for years I thought a widow's peak was a dead billionaire. Clement Sellier says, please bring one mask to South Africa.
Well, are you talking to Santa?
Dear Santa.
Look, I'm not on my way, but when I go, I'll get one. You know what I need to do? All right, so forever I've been wanting to start like a Masks of the World collection.
Ooh.
Because there's cool masks like all over. when we were in Puerto Rico, they have the gigante masks, which I think are just beautiful. And they have all these spikes and stuff, and I really didn't have the money to buy one back then, so I didn't get one. But when I go back, I'm definitely going to buy a gigante mask and start a masks from different cultures,
Nice.
so that I just have them, and there'll be a wall or a display or something, but masks of the world.
I like it. Karagoff says, I'm off to bed, wimping out at 2 a.m. Have a fabulous holidays, everyone. Looking forward to a creative new year and, of course, creative shenanigans.
Yeah!
Dan McCorson says, how did your Friday the 13th show go? Were you busy?
It did very well, yes. We were fairly busy. We were busy enough. Were we super slammed? No. If I had had double the customers, I would have been worried that the show would break. So we had a appropriate amount of customers for a rainy Friday night.
Cat Swift says, got my card. They're up with the previous years on my workroom board to keep me motivated to go make stuff. Thanks much.
That's awesome, Kat. I love that.
1980 says, avoid Northeast Africa. It's full of pyramid schemes.
Well, he did say that.
Yeah. Skronk.
I'm going to go a little later because I just want to get this guy haired.
That's all right.
I will let them, because I'm not going to wait for his hair for me to be able to tease it.
Mm-hmm. Dan McCorson says, that's a good result.
And then once it's teased,
He'll be good to go.
I'll actually have them spray it white.
Oh, yeah. Michelle Schulte says, I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. You too, Michelle.
That is my intention.
That's the plan. Yeah, I really had a good time at the Friday the 13th show. This is my first one of the Dead by Dark Hour shows.
I can't believe that.
I know. I've either been out of town or I've been working on other stuff or
Crazy to me.
yeah. But it was big fun. Or I've been working the queue line mostly. I think that's
Yeah.
helping explain stuff and
It's such a different format
it's
of show.
very different. And I wasn't even one of the people stickering, but it was really fun. 1980 says, Santa's kitty always smells because it's a polecat.
Yule Cat.
Yule cat.
But polecat is a skunk.
You have to wear your new clothes so the Yule cat didn't eat you.
You have to get new clothes.
Oh, I thought you had to wear them.
You have to get
You
new
have to
clothes.
get
for
new
Christmas.
clothes. Oh, that's so much easier.
If you only have the one set, though,
Well, that is hard.
then you are wearing them.
Yeah. Creative Duke says, has Guar tried to contact you guys in regards to your mask making skills?
No, they have people.
Listen, I would make masks for Guar in a heartbeat. I would make masks for Lordy in a heartbeat.
I was contacted at one point by Mushroom Head,
Ooh.
but they were working with friends of mine already,
Ah, well, there you go.
and I'm like, no, don't do that.
Carolina Kiwi Creations says, hello, Alan.
Hello. And it felt like an undercut situation, like, can you do this cheaper?
Yeah.
And if the conversation starts, can you do this cheaper? And the answer is no. No, I can't, sorry. Even if I can.
So sorry for asking. It's just asking. Sorry for the strange questions.
No, ask all the questions you want.
Yeah, it's all good.
I like questions.
Carolina Kiwi Creations says, Facebook has disabled my account. Not sure what's going on, but it happened shortly after that glitch they had last week. Oh no. Thank you, Scott Colehart. Says this link is for Alan, masksoftheworld.com.
Wow, thank you. I'd love to see that.
.com.
I hate to be needy, but if you message that to me, I won't have to find it buried in this chat.
Carolina Kiwi Creations has been there since 2009. Dang. Well, I hope you can get a hold of a real person to let you back in.
I'm pretty disenamored with Facebook, I guess.
Same.
I'm on it less and less.
Yeah.
And it's not that it changed or did anything different or weird. It's just that
Well, their
so
algorithm
many
is
people
crap.
share their opinions, and I don't want to hear it.
Dan McCorson says, I'll do monster snowmen when we get enough snow. I'll send pictures. Give me monster ideas for the first couple of snow sculpts.
Oh, I did a Godzilla.
Nice.
I did a snowman Godzilla once. That was really fun.
I just want murderous snowmen. Like Calvin and Hobbes me. Like,
Yeah, the gallery.
yeah.
Like our first year, we kind of did that. We did the
Yeah.
snowman swimming and the sharks behind him. Like
Nice.
we did a lot of the straight up Calvin Hobbes snowmen.
I love that. 1980 says, Facebook has been targeting people without a real profile picture. Clement Sellier says, I love the eyes on the mask.
Thanks, M.R. Glowy.
Body Geek says, Instagram is becoming the new Facebook. The age demographic has crept up considerably. Carolina Kiwi Creation says, Alan, are you into painting resin models? I just acquired ownership and rights to the Jaws/Quint model sculpted by Bill Weger.
Very
That's
cool. No, and I don't consider Jaws a monster. Like King Kong's not a monster. King Kong's an animal that was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And well, Jaws was a giant a-hole, but especially in Jaws
No.
3, where he followed that poor man to the
No.
Bahamas.
He was a giant shark.
Well,
John Sheffield says, I'm basically on Facebook for my plant groups and my old crew of friends. Creative Duke says, there's a YouTube channel that has a video dedicated to Calvin Hobbes' tortured snowmen. Nice. Well, you know, if Facebook is on the way out, Creepers, we currently have a Facebook group for sharing all our stuff. Where do we go next? Is it Discord? Is it, we have a Discord for the Patreon that no one is on yet because I am just now learning how to use Discord.
so am I, but I'm getting better with
Yeah.
it to use it for Dark Hour now.
As it turns out, the
With all
more
these
you
young
do
kids.
it, the better you get at it. Caroline Boland says, love and light creepers, happy holidays and happy new year. Clement Sellier says, it's a good and beautiful mask, I love everything. Edson says, he was just a hungry a-hole.
He did follow that family to the Bahamas when they were on vacation.
On purpose.
Yeah. That shark swam from Connecticut or wherever the heck they were. So it's a Krampus mask. I'm going to leave the airbrushing for Rue, and I'm going to leave Rue to tease the hair out and then spray paint the hair white so it's whiter and fuller body. And that'll hide all these little lines in between and you see a little bit of the weft. But when you spray it, it gets fuller. So that, yo.
That. 1980 says Martha's Vineyard.
Okay. I put my hat back on, like just from this angle, like just straight Russian dock worker. That's, I'm gonna unload
Name
your
is
illegal,
Sergey.
your illegal load of caviar fish. Thanks. Yeah. Show me to the sturgeon. Yeah, but, well, you know,
That's a
here's-
good hat.
Here's the Santa part. There we go.
Proper festive.
Right. So anyway, it's the holidays, and I'm not the most Christmassy person. I think everybody knows I'm more of a Halloween guy. Doesn't mean that I hate Christmas. It doesn't mean that I don't think anybody else should celebrate Christmas. I celebrate Christmas. I love getting presents. This year I haven't felt that festive, and that's okay, but my life is festive. I go to work every day and I love what I do. I get to hang out with my friends, and every day is like Christmas compared to some others, so I'm not complaining in the least. While it's colder weather, it's cooler out, it's dark early, that's a weird thing. Don't like that. But take time this holiday season and just make an account of what you have. You have people who love you? Maybe. You have a place to live? You have somebody to call when things are rough? I know you have something to watch on Wednesdays that's going to be positive and fun. Like, what have you got? You know, take some stock and be aware of, and you have permission to think it's pretty good to be you. It's okay. It's good to be you. Are things perfect? No. Can you make them? My New Year's is November 1st because I'm Halloween centric as far as my work and my life. But a lot of people, New Year's is coming up, and I don't think it's time to change yourself. It's time to direct yourself, because you're already good, you're already awesome, you don't have to change. You have to pick a direction and head that way. Almost everybody right now is lost. And the way to not get lost is to direct yourself. Be a director. I'm rambling. But I feel strongly that making things makes people feel good. Happy holidays. Thank you for watching and for sharing our lives with us. When we do this, and we stepped away for a little while, we got back, it's like hanging out with friends. It really is. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. You're awesome. Good night. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Go make stuff.
Go make stuff. Happy holidays, guys.
Stacy has the button.
I have
Now-
the button.